Hey, so I just wanted to kind of go over this agentic orchestrator system that I'm building. Man, I cannot believe the direction that AI is going right now. I'm sure everybody's overwhelmed right now. I'm too. But I'm starting to build something that is starting to really come together in a cohesive idea that I really wanted to get out there in case anybody's having similar ideas. What this is essentially is this is a multi-agent agentic orchestrator built on a Google Apps Script environment, um, fully coded with Gemini CLI. Um, this is it. I mean, this is how you um, extend the functionality of your Google ecosystem. Um, I have Google Drive, Task, Gmail, Search Console, Google Analytics, you name it, I've got it implemented here. Um, and so I'll just give you a quick little run through. I don't want to go into it to extended, detail about it because I could go on for days about this stuff. But I just kind of wanted to give you guys a glance at what I'm building. And if this is something that you would like to build for yourself, reach out to me. You can find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, um, Instagram. Just shoot me a message. I'd be happy to help anybody. So, yeah, what I've done here kind of is, as a marketing agency owner, it's hard to kind of um, cut through the noise sometimes. And I know a lot of people have been watching AI over the last couple of years, and it's been kind of uh, hard to see the forest for the trees. Um, Too many people out here are pretending to be experts when they copy paste from ChatGPT. They have no actual hands-on experience doing this kind of stuff, and so it's really easy to get kind of dissuaded. And I wanted to kind of like reemphasize the importance of adopting AI early on because this is it. There is no going back. Um, Everyone's going to have to adopt it at some point. The sooner you do it, the better. You'll stay ahead of the curve. But if you don't, you're just going to be consuming someone else's ideas. And so this is really for the people that really want to own their operation, whether that's on social media, whether that's through business operations, whether that's through just personal organization. This is a system that can drastically improve your task management and overall time consumption or time management because a lot of us that's what most of us we just nobody's got time for this stuff. Nobody's got time to check their emails every single day for particular things. That's why automations came into existence to kind of like automate those repetitive tasks every day. And now we have agentic AI that can do it autonomously without you ever having to ask it to do it. This is at the age of innovation right now. We're at the early cusp of something that we don't even fully understand right now. So, what an exciting time to be in this. So, without further ado, let's jump right into it. This is the terminal. I kind of designed this to be a terminal experience just because I've been, building this on, the terminal myself. So, it's kind of partial to me, this experience. I'm assuming that at some point, um, you know, there will be a transition from the terminal interface to something like voice activated and just strictly voice activated. And most of the time, I don't think people will type into, um, communicate with any particular system. I think in the future we'll just talk to computers. We won't really need to type, but just for the sake of it, I've designed this for a terminal experience to keep things fluid for me. How you want to do it's up to you. But I do have this asset upload integrated into this, so I can. This is like a multimodal AI input where I can drop documents, images, things like that, and then give it context. So Um, this is the main command um, module, I suppose. This is in the command module. This is the main terminal, so this is where you would see most of the output. You will see some of it in the stream. So this is the stream that you'll see when things are going on. You'll see stuff happening. You'll see things popping up here. This is like a live market feed, so you'll see every time that a task is started, you'll see it pop up here. If anything happens, if there's any errors, you'll see them pop up here. These little colored uh, dots right here, these are for this little status bubble here. So as things are happening, you can be on any tab over here, looking at stuff, and you can watch this to see if something's happening. Um, so uh, this over here, there's basically visual context. Um, the Sentinel monitor. So Sentinels are something new for me. I really didn't know much about Sentinels until yesterday, and I started implementing these right away. They're just like cron jobs. They're just like event listeners, that you put in place, kind of like watchdogs, and they just watch for certain things, and then it'll trigger. So it's an event-driven, operation. So um, operations module, I have my leads that are imported. If anybody remembers my autonomous CRM, these are all basically being pulled in from there. So I've integrated my autonomous CRM into this like agentic layer. So I can basically manage that CRM from here now. I don't ever have to open up the CRM again. So um, I can audit from here too. I can do a little bit of deep research, and I can initiate outreach, and I can look at my past email history with them. So if I've ever had a conversation with them, it'll pop up here. This syncs with my Gmail, and it looks for that particular client or particular prospect. So it gives me the budget. So this is all information that's being imported from the CRM. Um, and it kind of gives me pipeline velocity model, so I get to see um, what the majority of my pipeline looks like. And then I can sync my inbox here, I can sync my CRM here, and I can refresh the list if something doesn't look right. Um, in campaigns, you'll see when a swarm is activated, you'll see this campaign thing light up. It'll start planning things, and you'll see where it breaks it up into like specific phases, and then you'll see it'll basically give you like the outline of what it's doing there. And then it'll move from phase to phase, so you'll kind of get a status of that as it goes. And then on the pulse, this just kind of looks at my Google Analytics, looks at uh, basically it's connected to my Google Search Console and my Google Analytics property, and just pulls in that stuff like automatically for me, and kind of sorts it out for me so I can look at trends and stuff like that. So I can also switch this from 24 hours, 7 days, 28 days, and 3 months. Um, so if I switch over 3 months, you'll see it import the last 3 months now, and it'll display that for me. So I don't ever have to go into Google Search Console again. See, this is what innovation looks like. When you start building on top of your current tools, you make those tools obsolete. You don't really need them anymore. All you really need are just APIs. So yeah, and so we have the factory. So we have creative. You can generate social, generate emails. You can generate proposals. And you can pick. These are imported from the CRM, and you can store content. So every article that I write is stored into this database, and then I can track it. So if I wanted to track one of these articles, I can just look here, and it's going to pull in that search performance for that article. The Intelligence Hub. So I have the Research Lab. This is essentially a vector database. Shows me how many neural nodes I have in there. Shows the most recent memory. And then down here, you can ingest a doc just by adding the Google Doc, the URL to it right here. It'll just ingest the doc. You can add facts here and just ingest them there, or you can curate a topic and do some research, and it'll do that too. And it'll automatically import into the vector database. So constantly learning, constantly doing things. Um, the command vault, these are just quick launch commands for everything that this system can do. And I just started for 3 per function, just because, you know, got to start somewhere. Um, so over here, you can upload media. You have our knowledge hub. So we have the Intel stored. This is the vector database, the truth of source document, and the asset vault for my drive. It stores all my pictures and slides and things like that that this system creates for me. Um, Summaries, reports, things like that go into there. And so I have a config, so all of my credentials, whether that be API keys, whether that be secrets, things like that, even just custom, JSON functions, custom JSON, what do you call those? Just objects, basically. They're just objects that the system ingests. So like this one right here is like the actual session ID. And so over here, we can switch between a fast layer and a think layer. So it's basically these two are always plugged up, but depending on what it's doing, it'll choose whether or not to use the fast one or the think one. So, kind of like the Gemini already does. Um, I just made that part part of the function for this system was to do that as well. The main reason why is because you want to cut down on these costs. So right now I have the system operating in standby mode. Its projected cost for the next 100 missions is less than 5 cents based on the current Flash Pro model mix. So that's what it does. It basically mixes between those models to keep the cost low. You can inject new credentials here, and it'll just execute the storage, and then it stores it in the system and the script properties in the app script project. So those are never shown client side. Um, so yeah, and then we have an intelligence map as the nodes are as the teams are doing and executing tasks. You'll see all of these firing off, showing you how the agentic system is activating. Pretty cool stuff. If this is something that you would want to build for yourself, get a hold of me. You can find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. Just shoot me like a DM, comment on like a post of mine. I'd be happy to help you. Yeah, and look out for more updates. I'm going to be building on this system all year. This is my goal for 2026. I mean, I'm already meeting that goal. We're already like it's this March, so we got 9 more months to rock this out. I'm going to try to get as far, into the system as I can before I hit a brick wall. And I know it's coming because the AI thunderstorm's already started. Um, yeah, if this is something that interests you, leave a comment, like, or whatever. Share it with someone that you think might be interested in it. Yeah, let's build some cool stuff together. All right, and until next time, I'll see you later. Bye bye.